morning. Very good.
Good morning, Uttam. Good morning. So, to begin, tell me something about yourself.
Yes, sir. My name is UTTAM Kapoor. I belong to Lucknow. I have completed my school education from Ramatne College, Lucknow, and City Montessori School, Lucknow. Thereafter, sir, I have pursued electrical and electronics engineering from Galgotia's College of Engineering and Technology. Thereafter, sir, I am preparing for government services examination. Sir, in my family, my father works as uh, executive assistant in Uttar Pradesh Power Corporation Limited. And sir, my mother is a teacher and I have a younger sister.
Okay. Do you have any work experience?
No, sir, I do not have any work experience.
When your graduation was completed?
Sir, I completed my graduation in 2017.
So it has been 5 years now. So what were you doing since in these 5 years?
Sir, I have been preparing for government services examination. I have given the mains examination of state civil services of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. I have given 3 times mains of UP and 2 times of Bihar. Sir.
Okay. UPSC you have attempted?
Yes, sir, I have given, but I failed in the preliminary stage.
How many prelims you have given?
Sir, I have given 3 times.
You have given 3 and you have not selected yet. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why have not you joined any job after your engineering?
Sir, I wanted to pursue my career in the government services and I wanted to become an officer. Although I was recruited through IBPS clerk and I was also placed in some private companies uh, in my college placement, but I wanted to have a career in government services as a officer.
Why?
Sir, I think that I am better suited for government services. I have seen my father's service in father's government service. The government service provide a direct interaction with the public, and uh, it also provides me a platform for having a meaningful contribution towards the society.
Is the bank clerk don't have a direct connection with the public?
Yes, a bank clerk does have a direct connection with the public, but when the joining came for the IBPS clerk, I was having 2 mains of UP and BIHAR, so I could not join it.
Okay. You may have asked for an extension. Why you left that opportunity?
Sir, only 1 month extension was given, and uh, I was having 3 consequent sir, mains of state civil services, so I could not join, sir.
Okay, results of them, that means.
Sir, I could not clear the mains.
Okay.
However, sir, I gave the interview of forest services, but I was not selected in the forest services also.
Okay. You went till the interview phase of Indian Forest Services.
No, sir, or state forest services
State Forest Services.
for the post of range forest officer.
Okay. So it belongs to State Civil Services, that post?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It belongs to state civil services.
Okay. Yasser sir, please continue.
Okay. Uttam, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Uttam?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
In your education qualification. Okay. In your education qualification, you have mentioned that your degree is electrical and electronics engineering. Okay.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
tell me the difference between electrical engineering and ENC engineering?
Sir, electrical engineering and uh, electronics
Electronics and
engineering.
communication.
Yes, sir. Sir, in electrical engineering, sir, uh, the sir, in electrical components, it is only the flow of electrons which is used, which is mainly sir taken into consideration. Whereas in electronic circuit, the flow of electrons as well as flow of holes is also taken into consideration for the flow of current. And sir, electronic components deal with semiconductor material such as diode, transistor, and electrical component basically deals with resistor, and they all work in high voltage and high current predominantly, whereas electronic circuit uh, work on low voltage and low current. Yes, sir.
Okay. Uttam, what is the principle of motor?
Sir, motor the works on the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, where sir, the conductor in a changing magnetic field rotates.
Okay. Uh, uh, you also mentioned that you fond of watching documentary on Indian history. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Uh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
can you okay? Can you tell the order of arrival of human races in India and their respective civilization?
Sir, predominantly it is said that the Indus Valley civilization belonged to the uh, Proto-Australoid race, and the in the nearly sir Rig Vedic period of the ranging from 1500 to 1200 BC. So the Indo-Aryans came, which belong to the Eurasian or Caucasian race, and sir, thereafter, sir, there have been subsequent, sir, intermixture of races also, where the many, sir, many invaders and many sir, people from Central Asia also came and settled in India.
Okay. Can you tell the difference between Vedic society and Indus Valley civilization?
Yes, sir. The Indus Valley civilization was a settled and urban civilization, whereas the Rig Vedic civilization was predominantly, sir, a village based civilization. However, sir, uh, both continued uh, the agriculture as the predominant means of livelihood. But however, in the case of Indus Valley civilization, much more there is predominance of trade also with Central Asia, and sir, with the even sir, it is said with the Romans the trade continued. However, there was less emphasis on trade during the Rig Vedic period.
Okay. Uttam, who was the founder of Gupta Empire?
Uh, Sir, it was Shri Gupta and the dynasty and sir, the Gupta Empire began nearly 450 to 500 AD. As far.
Okay. Can you tell the legacies of Gupta Empire?
Yes, yes, sir, I can tell the legacy. Sir, the legacy includes the iron pillar at Maroli, which is the finest example that even after so many years, the iron pillar has not rusted because it is made of a special kind of alloy. And sir, also scholars during the Chandragupta II period, the gems in his court included, sir, the Aryabhat and sir other whose scientific uh, discoveries still are still recognized, sir. Around
Okay. Okay. Ji, yes. 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 Continue, Uttam.
and sir, Kalidas also belonged to the one of the during the Chandragupta II period, and sir, books include, sir, the Abhigyan Shakuntalam and sir Meghadattam and Raghuvamsha, and sir, these books are also treatise uh, which highlight the India's ancient past. Uh, And sir, also there were medicals, uh, medicals of Varamira, and sir, that also, sir, highlighted the Ayurvedic and the traditional medicine which India had, sir.
Yes. Uh, Sumit sir, are you Sumit sir? Okay. Uttam.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, okay. Sumit sir, continue.
Okay, Shefali ma'am, continue.
Hello.
Hello, Tam.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. You have done your engineering from electronics and electrical communication. So, I think you don't mind me asking questions regarding your engineering trade.
Ma'am, I have done in electrical and electronics engineering.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
triple E, no? Yeah, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, tell me, which field works on which voltage line, like AC or DC? Means electrical works on AC and DC, or electronics works on AC and DC?
Ma'am, primarily, ma'am, electrical works on AC and DC. Ma'am, the
And what
transmission
about
lines,
electronics?
uh, ma'am, the primarily, ma'am, the transmission voltages are high voltages, and ma'am, they are, ma'am, work on electrical, ma'am.
And electronics?
Yes, ma'am, electronics has also, ma'am, certain applications which include, ma'am, circuit breakers and ma'am, other components, so that if there are voltage surges, the ma'am, the control, ma'am, could be established.
Okay, so mobile is an electronic device.
Yes, ma'am, mobile is an predominantly
So
electronic
it
device.
works on AC or DC?
Ma'am, it works on DC.
So electronic devices works on DC, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is diode?
Ma'am, diode is a PN junction, ma'am, device uh, where,
Hmm.
ma'am, in the forward bias state, ma'am, the flow of electrons and holes takes from the ma'am P junction towards the N junction. And ma'am,
That's
diode
nice.
has widespread application, ma'am.
Okay, so the flow of electrons can only is unidirectional or bidirectional in case of diode?
Ma'am, it also depends on the operating voltages. Ma'am, ma'am, if it is in the forward bias state, the flow of electrons and holes take place from the P towards the N junction. However, ma'am, a certain kind of diode, which includes Zener diode, which works in the reverse bias region. Yes, ma'am.
And when it works in reverse bias condition?
Ma'am, when ma'am positive voltage is applied to the N junction and negative voltage is applied to the P junction, ma'am.
You mean breakdown
Yes, ma'am, breakdown stage.
when we operate it in reverse direction? No?
Yes, ma'am, avalanche breakdown, which is it is.
Okay. And what is transistor? If you are saying that diode can work in both the direction, then what is transistor?
Ma'am, transistor, bipolar junction transistor, ma'am, where there are three, ma'am, ends, ma'am, the collector, the base, and the emitter. And ma'am, there are two types of transistor: PNP transistor and NPN transistor. Uh, Ma'am, in the forward bias state, ma'am, predominantly in the PNP transistor, the flow of electrons takes place from the PN junction to the NP junction, and whereas, ma'am, in the NPN transistor, the flow of electron takes place from the NP junction to the PN junction. And then there is also a little amount of base current is also applied uh, for so that the transistor operates in the forward bias in the forward.
And what is base current?
Yes, ma'am. Base current is provided so that, ma'am, the flow of electrons and holes take place, ma'am, from toward, ma'am, from the PN junction, ma'am, from the, ma'am, from the collector to the emitter.
No, what is base current? You are saying that a small amount of base current is also applied to let
Yes,
the
ma'am.
transistor work. So what is base current? How you can apply base current means?
Ma'am, base current is primarily provided uh, to ma'am to for the ma'am uh, forward ma'am bias condition, ma'am, so that ma'am the current flows, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me the type of filters.
Sorry, ma'am.
Low pass
I'm not-
filter, high pass filter. Okay. अच्छा तो so what do you think how you can apply your this engineering background in this particular role?
Ma'am, I think the analytical and problem solving skills which I have learned through engineering, I can ma'am apply in the uh, EPFO ma'am organization. Direct ma'am application of electrical and electronics engineering will have little application, but ma'am the
And what my last question is, what do you think like we can change in our education policy so we can boost our research in India? As recent index says that we contribute very less percent of expenditure to the research community. Okay. So how we can reform the policies so that we can improve our research section in India?
yes, ma'am. The economic survey 2021 also highlights that we only spend 0.96% of GDP, ma'am, in research and development. Ma'am, certain areas, ma'am, which could be, ma'am, to promote, ma'am, industry and academia link up, and ma'am, also promote, ma'am, private enterprises, public-private model, ma'am, in research and development, because, ma'am, in emerging countries and European countries, ma'am, the private sector has a significant role in terms of research and development, whereas ma'am in India, the private organization have a limited role. Ma'am, in this direction, the ISRO and DRDO, ma'am, are promoting ma'am private organization in the research and development sector. Also, ma'am, FDI is also being promoted so that indigenous manufacturing of uh, components is promoted, ma'am.
Acha, okay, so you said earlier like you want to join government services because you want to directly contact with uh, the persons in so that you can directly contact with the individuals, right? So
Yes,
why
ma'am.
don't you join any NGO so that you can help them or you can directly get in contact with them? Why you only want to do government service? As we are already going to digitalization and privatization, so why only government service?
Yes, ma'am. Government services, ma'am. I think that it will provide me a larger platform uh, for ma'am direct interaction, and ma'am NGO, ma'am, also provide uh, the direct interaction. But ma'am, I think ma'am I am better suited for government services.
Sumit sir,
Why do you think
over to you.
you are better fit for the government job?
Sir, sir, I think that I have qualities such as, sir, I am hardworking, perseverance, and I am a quick learner, which I think I would be able to become a good government servant, sir.
These qualities are good for everywhere, not only government sector.
Yes.
Why only government?
Yes, sir. As I have said, sir, it provides a direct interaction with the public, and sir, I have seen my father's public service. So
Okay. Can you tell me which Congress session was headed by Gandhiji and where it was happened?
yes, sir. In the 1924 Belgaum session in Karnataka, uh, Gandhiji presided the Congress session, sir.
Okay. Tell me who was the person who attended all three roundtable conferences?
It was Sir Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar who attended all three roundtable conferences.
Okay. What do you know about accounting? At which extent you know about accounting?
Sir, accounting, sir, mainly the mainly, sir, the dealing with the, sir, keeping of all, sir, accounts, which include the profit and loss account and the personal nominal account. And, sir, so that the financial, sir, prudence is maintained.
Any background of yours or any experience of yours in accounting?
No, sir, I do not have any background in accounting.
Do you know that the post you have applied for is also have a post of accounts officer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I know regarding that.
So how will you deal with the accounting if you get selected?
Yes, sir, I have learned little bit accounting during the preparation of the examination. Uh, and moreover, I will also be learning about the accounting during my training phase so that I'm better, I have a better knowledge of the accounting.
So don't you think a candidate with commerce background will be a better choice, as you don't have any work experience also, you don't have any job experience also, and you don't have any background of accounts also. So don't you think that a commerce background student will be a better choice?
Sir, I think that he or she may have uh, sir, a better, sir, first-hand perspective in terms of accounting. But since the qualification has been made graduate, so sir, I think that everyone is suited for the post of account officer and enforcement officer. And in the training phase, the knowledge uh, will sir, everyone will be able to attain, sir. And sir, I have also learned that there are also examinations conducted in the training, so that, sir, everyone has a everyone has a knowledge regarding the working of the accounting and the working of the EPFO organization as a whole.
Okay, tell me about the government accounting.
The government accounting in terms of, sir, the current account and capital account.
Accounting done by government, budgeting, how the budget is made, factors of budget, type of budget.
Yes, sir. Sir, in the budget, sir, a current account and a capital account is maintained, and the current receipts and uh, uh, no, sir, a revenue account and a capital account is maintained. Sir, where the revenue account has a sir, recurring in nature and for a time period of predominantly, so 1 year, so revenue receipts and revenue expenditure, and so capital receipts and capital expenditure. So the revenue receipts include the tax revenue and the non-tax revenue. So the tax revenue include the taxes which are recurring in nature, whereas the non-tax revenue includes one-time non-tax revenue are the some sort of government services such as the uh, passport service, and the money raised through issue of government books, and sir in the capital account. Capital receipts are through disinvestment, which capital account deal with the which change the asset and liability nature of the government. And so the capital receipts are the disinvestment, and the capital expenditure is in the form of creating of assets such as infrastructure creation and other assets. In the revenue account, in the revenue expenditure, it is predominantly the salary of the government employees and other expenses which government undertakes for collecting tax revenue. Uh, yes, sir. And in the answer in the revenue account, in the revenue receipt in the tax revenue also includes the GST and other such tax which are incurred in recurring in nature.
Okay, types of budget.
Sir, types of budgets, sir. Sorry, I don't.
Okay. Do you know the job profile of accounts officer?
Yes, sir. I know the job profile of account.
Tell me.
Sir, sir, the job of account officer deals with as a desk job and office related work. It also uh, maintenance of account, and settlement of claims, and other works which come in the normal administration of the EPFO organization.
Okay, tell me some UP specific schemes of related to minority and social security.
Sir, the UP government has launched the Kanya Sumangala uh, program, which provides rupees 15,000 to a girl child so as to promote girl education. Moreover, sir, schemes include other schemes are include uh, like the One District One Product scheme, which incentivizes uh, uh, which provides a platform for the development of the uh, sir rural industries.
Okay. On the national level, any scheme related to minority?
Sir, related to minorities, sir, as far as I can remember, it is the Nai Roshni scheme and the Ustad scheme. Also, sir, Hunar Art are being organized so that the traditional handicraft work predominantly by the minority community are promoted. Yes, sir.
Okay, you know the percentage limit of investing in equities by the central government, Central Board of Trustees of EPF.
Sir, as far as I can remember, it is 5 to 10%. Sir.
Okay. Tell me about the Central Board of Trustees.
Yes, the Central Board of Trustees of the EPFO is a tripartite representative where the where it has uh, from the both representation from both the central and state government, and from also employer and employee. Sir, decisions are made for investment in and the Central Provident Fund Commissioner is also a member of the Central Board of Trustees. Sir, decision regarding the normal administration of EPFO are made, and sir, also investment where EPFO funds could be invested so that for a better return.
Okay, Chairman of Central Board of Trustees.
So the chairman of Central Board of Trustees is the Minister of Labor and Enforcement, who is presently Mr. Bhupinder Singh Yadav.
Okay. Yasir sir, please continue. Please unmute yourselves. Yasir sir, please unmute
Why
yourself.
Sri Lanka is in
The Sri Lanka crisis is predominantly, sir, a balance of payment crisis where the foreign exchange reserves of Sri Lanka has declined by a considerable margin. Uh, and sir, it is
okay,
uh,
okay.
the foreign exchange reserves of Sri Lanka has declined so that the essential commodities such as the crude petroleum and other essential import items such as medicines and other could not be, sir, imported, which has have a adverse effect for the common citizens of Sri Lanka. And it,
Uttam, continue.
yes, sir, and it is uh, predominantly, sir, the COVID-19 pandemic adversely affected the tourism industry of Sri Lanka because the tourism industry had a nearly 15 to 20% share in the Sri Lankan economy. However, the restrictions on the movement of people has an adverse effect on the tourism sector. Also, sir, the high depth of the Sri Lankan government in creating infrastructure such as the Hambantota port near Sir Colombo, and sir also the sudden jerk of the Sri Lanka uh, for promoting organic farming, which has declined Sri Lanka key export items such as tea by 50% and other spices such as cinnamon uh, by 50%. It has reduced the productivity of these agricultural commodities.
Okay.